Salutation, darlings. Azorwing here, bringing you some more Genshin Impact.
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
Look, it's Varka. Varka is very tall. In here? Pretty much I was not even really planning on streaming today. Tired. It's been a long day. It's Monday. Mondays are always long days. It's like weekend's over and then you just have so much to do. Also cleaning up for the weekend. Then I saw I had a couple here, a couple anecdotes here, and then call it. I was like, that's 3 anecdotes. I can't. I'm like, can I really? And then I was like, I'll think about it. And I was artifacts? Yeah, it was artifact running farming. It was artifact farming. Yeah. And this guy showed up and I was like, you know, I did ask if I should. And apparently the answer was yes. So let's start out by saying hi to Varka.
Oh my, fancy meeting you here. Out for a stroll again?
Actually, I'm in the middle of some important business.
Huh. Aren't you a busy one these days? Still, running around like this all the time. Remember to take a proper break once in a while, you hear?
Yeah.
Swing by my place when you've got a moment. The Knights of Favonius sent over a bunch of stuff again, and there's some for you.
Aw.
Just maybe not right now. I've got to go sort out a little matter with the Lightkeepers.
Oh.
See you next time. Do remember to come pick up that crayon drawing Klee made for you.
Aw.
If only I ran into Flint's today. Could have had a good drink.
Drinking buddies. Honestly, speaking of Flynn's, it's like I have to at least check. It's gonna bother me forever if I don't. Okay. Basically, I'm checking to see if any of our dear playable characters are, you know, anecdoting it around. Okay. I freaking swear. Oh, if I had forever. If I didn't have to. Oh, Jesus Christ. If I didn't have anything to do, would I read or would I play games all day? Decisions. Not decisions. I don't quite care. Yeah. Oh, wait, is this the one that was super annoying? I think this is the one that was super annoying. Let me borrow one place. I'm pretty sure he's like built. Oh, his artifacts are set up. Yeah. Temporary switching out. Simply for the...
A pleasure to fight by your side.
Same. I will say, I love Nodcry. I just hate that a lot of the enemies basically require Lunar Bloom. Like... Or, yeah, Lunar Bloom, I think? Yeah. A lot of them basically require Lunar Bloom. Okay. Anyway, while we're doing this. Okay. Honestly, artifact. It's just one. It's this.
Be silent now. Observe.
Busted.
Mind the side effects. A bitter pill to swallow. Seems like
Game's up. Time's over.
be silent. The long sleep beckons. Observe.
It is a fun reaction. It's just
Quiet
like,
now. You asked for it.
it's just,
Buckle up.
Close your eyes. A bitter pill to swallow.
also, like, not all reactions have a lunar variant.
The doctor was Look alive.
Taking a turn for the better.
Things are about to get dicey.
Sorry, I have to use my brain. I'm not
Observe.
at this.
Night falls.
Yeah, lunar charge. There's no like lunar. No, there's no lunar like burn.
A bitter pill to swallow.
And I guess it, in a way, it makes sense. Like,
Gotcha.
Be silent.
it's like, it's just my brain work. It's like, what is? Oh no, there should be like a lunar base.
The doctor was seeing.
Lunar? Is lunar? Wicked.
Buckle up. Hi. Quietly now. Gloves off.
A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor was seeing.
Remember,
Here comes the catch.
beware the creatures of the night. Be silent. Close your eyes.
Yeah, it's just pretty trash. Tragic. But it's not like it's not expected. Let's see if we got one of our dear characters while we're passing by. Hey, sometimes you have to give it a moment. They fade into existence. Maybe it looks not. Looks like not. Doesn't look like it. That's looking for.
Sure.
Sure. I was expecting him to say like a whole sentence. He did not. Nope. To be fair, it's not a guarantee. Like, I've popped in and out of this thing like so many times. It's just random. Which, I mean, it is what it is. Anywho. Let's go here to Fontaine. See what our dear friends are up to. Okay. So getting back to the one story that I was talking about. What was the last thing I said about it? Who knows? Okay. So, like, I just love talking about the stories. Alas, literally, nobody else I know cares. A few of them read, like, manga. Awesome. I love it. I read some too. But, like, I have nobody to book club with. And also, I kind of wouldn't want to book club with anybody. Like, I'm quite content just, well, no, I kind of want to book club with someone. I would love to. I would, oh. It's like, on one hand, people, like, I'm just here in my own room, in my own space. And, like, just talking to a mic. That's 1,000 times easier than talking to someone face to face. Are you kidding? So it's like, on one hand, hell no, I would never want to be in a book club. On the other hand, I want to talk about the books I'm reading. Oh my gosh. I was popping around the internet, speaking of books that I want to read. There's this one book to pre-order. Oh my gosh. I love books with like fairies and fae. Like full on watch what you say kind of magics. Like names have power and be careful of old things. I just absolutely love like various things like that. Like 100 times over. Like 100 times over, give me a story with like fae in it. I I would love those.
Take it easy.
The characters in a situation. Goodness. Uh-huh. Pardon my sneeze. If you're like, it sounded violent, that's because it was. Like, I have tried not sneezing, and it's just, like... Trying not to sneeze just makes my head feel like it exploded a little bit. Yeah. Literally, family of loud sneezers. Don't know if it's just because people don't care, or just... Oh my god. I'm not sad, my nose is just...
That film seller sure got a loose tongue. I told him to keep quiet.
Oh? You're not... You're not planning to do anything dangerous again, are you?
Is that the kind of person you think I am? You think that I, Charlotte, would just go recklessly barging into foreign nations just to get a scoop?
Charlotte.
Then you'd be right. Yes. Yes, I am. But even so, I still need to get the editor-in-chief to approve. I must have pitched a dozen reasons to cover Natland by now. It's always a no. Not only that, but she won't even approve any vacation. I even promised to leave my cameras and spare film rolls behind during any personal trip to Natland.
Ah, but you didn't mention Monsieur Verte specifically. And you can buy film on the way there.
Hey, it's not like I lied to her. I, might have just omitted a detail or two. And then, the scoundrel that sold me the film went and sold me out too. The Frazi went straight to my dad and told him to ground me for a month.
How old are you?
Still, even if I can't go to Natland, not cry's fair game. I don't need them to fund the trip either. I've got plenty of savings. I've also heard my dad say he knows some correspondents stationed there, so it's a perfect place for a vacation with news-related perks. Adventure's paradise. Elysium. Its reputation alone is worth writing a few pieces about. Okay, I'm off to buy some supplies. I'll need some warm clothes and a whole lot of spare film and equipment. Right, and I need to convince Mom and Pops too, so they can contact their friends over there. Otherwise, I'll need to find lodging on my own.
So is Charlotte like a Nepo hire then? Like if the editor-in-chief is just like a full-on, you know what, I'm gonna talk to your parents and tell them to ground you. Like, well, like Charlotte gives great reporter energy. Like, she's actually quite serious about what she does and also loves what she does. But also just like, you know, was she even afforded the opportunity simply because somebody who knows somebody sort of thing. I will pretend not. And then she got in on that completely on her own merit. No
Chioria Boutique
requirements required.
seasonal children's clothing line.
Yes, Monsieur Novilla. A fund often invests Kira to Kuruchi Boutique to try on outfits. Often invites Kira to Shiori Boutique to try on outfits, and they take a bunch of photos. They're all adorable too.
In that case, I shall place an order.
Mind if I drop in?
Greetings, traveler.
Violet. Cindy. Hello, hello. Salutations. Hey there. Great timing. Monsieur Violet added a new stop on his itinerary, and we were just discussing what kind of gifts to bring. Ooh, what kind of gifts?
A rare opportunity to take a vacation has arisen, and I plan to use it to visit the Melusines in Merosi Village.
Aww.
It has been some time since my last visit, and as such meetings are hard to come by, I wish to prepare some gifts. As you are here, might I solicit your advice?
Sure.
I believe you have already befriended a number of Melusines. As such, your insights would be most valuable.
Well, I do have a Melusine friend who loves to paint. Oh, right, I remember. Serene's letters mentioned that Mermamer has always been passionate about art.
Indeed. Given the environmental variations there, some waterproof paints would make a good gift.
There's no Melusine who doesn't like mechanical components. Yeah, that's true. I can help pick some. The Clockwork shops usually sell spare components at a discount, and Clockwork toys, too.
Then I shall leave their procurement to you. Thank you. Prioritize what you like, without regard to cost. I will ensure you have an ample budget.
And of course, you can never go wrong with making food.
Oh, I fear my culinary experience only extends to making soups. Sidine, are there any foods particularly popular among the Melusines recently?
I can think of absolutely one. Let me think. Yeah, cakes, macarons, blubber, porfilot, pâte de fruit. Oh, right, and a lot of snacks like Fistos and Fanta.
Oh,
It's okay to eat stuff like that in moderation, as long as they're happy, right?
I understand. Everyone has different tastes, and in the interests of fairness and justice, we should have prepared a greater variety of gifts from the start. It is decided. Every one of those ideas shall be adopted.
Monsieur Violet.
Thank you both for your suggestions. Once the purchases have been made, I will have someone package them up and send each to their respective recipients. Sidine, I believe your delivery address is still the Palais Momonia, yes?
Me? I get a present too, but aren't they for everyone in Merosia Village?
Of course. As I said, opportunities like this are hard to come by, so every Melusine should receive a gift.
Aww.
And you are a Melusine too, are you not?
Yeah, thank you, Monsieur Violet. Yes, local dad buys gifts for all of his children, even the one he sees every day. Do a lot of cooking. Not a ton, but a lot. And then I'll stop cooking. What do you do with fermented juice? Like, I've clearly used some. But what have I used it for? Who knows? Not I. Fontaine is getting more and more complete. 97, 95, 100, 83. And then... Alright, the original uncompleted land. These areas are actually at 100. Very crazy. 78, 71. Don't even get me started on that. 80, 96, 81, 87. Where does this count for? Does it get its own, like, little zone? Let's call it 97, 97. 2 97s. Yay. That land, surprisingly complete. 96. 4 hundreds here. 93. Another 100. Holiday report. Resort, 83. And then... I'm surprised any of these are complete. 100, 94, 90... 74, 87, 91. I've just apparently been around. I have been exploring. have no idea if she's actually at this location, but hey. Nothing wrong with teleporting here. Alright. Let's see. Ah, yes. Back to what I hope is club energy. With me just talking about this fic. I do just genuinely adore this fic. Like, to be fair, I do just in general love like the concepts of like immortal characters and just existing for like centuries upon centuries. Losing touch what it means to be human, needing to rediscover it, and things like that. Like little stories like that, or even just never losing touch of what it means to be humans and humanity needing to face the reality of that. They're not human. That does not mean they don't have humanity. Little things like that. Anyway, this vampire fic, absolutely adoring. So we have our vampire and like the fledglings that he's been collecting, like full on. Another one I read so much. There are just so many tropes that I just love. Found family, top tier. Like, who needs to be born to a family? You can find one. To be fair though, like our MC, like even though his family is dead, you very much did love them when they were alive. Oh, jeez. You can't see my face, but I'm smiling so much. Let's go search for one collie. So you have our vampire, and it's just sort of the shenanigans. They aren't getting up to many shenanigans, but they are certainly doing a lot over essentially is 500-ish years. Academia. And
A
like,
bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor was singing.
I remember mentioning that she could be in here. Yeah, I have no idea where she disappeared on the map. I'm in the vicinity. The vicinity does not. It's not like it's pointing the direction to it. Anywho, so is she up or down? That's like the main thing. I'm guessing down, but it's like not guaranteed. Anywho, so like I'd mentioned last time, our dear vampires are noticing that that the current vamps in charge are very rules for thee and not for me kind of folk. Very much I don't think she's in the house of Dana. I mean, that's the thing, she could be. Why can you not climb? So like the rules for vampire are very rules for thee and not for me. Like full on like might makes right kind of thing. I remember saying that last time. It's been a day and I don't even remember what I said. Like I very much remember the story, but it's like how do I describe it? I'm like so bad at describing things. See, that's another reason why I want to talk about the stories. Just like get better at like I will go out of my way so very often not to talk to people that I've just gone out of habit. That I've just sort of lost the habit. I've become very bad with words. She isn't here. Golly. Anyway, I'll continue my storytelling after.
Oh, okay, I've got it. Thank you, Kale. If you're interested, you can also read the section on Nilote polylotuses and a study of the properties of rainforest vegetation. If anything gives you trouble, come find me anytime, and we can talk about it. Understood. Thanks again, Kale.
Inga leaves satisfied.
I told you not to say thank you so much.
Senior Researcher Kale, always a pleasure. Greetings, Professor Kale.
Traveler, it's you! Please don't tease me like that.
Ah, he looks so professional. Definitely nailing that senior role model look.
No. I was just helping out my junior colleagues with some of their homework on plant identification. That's all. There were originally only supposed to be 2 or 3 people coming over for a quick study session, but I never imagined so many people would show up.
She's well respected.
Once again, it was Master Tainari who stepped in. He helped us reserve one of the bigger unused classrooms. We never could have had seats for everyone otherwise.
Aww.
It's just that I had planned to sit down with everyone and review the questions together. But Master Tainari made me go up to the podium. Oh, it was my first time up there. There's so many people down below that I froze. Couldn't say a single word. I'd prepared for days in advance. Even reorganized all my notes from my old patrols.
Aww.
But once I was up there, my mind just went blank. I couldn't remember anything.
Such a mood.
Thankfully, Master Tainari did the introduction for me and had everyone say their piece. He then summarized all their questions and left it to me to answer them.
Okay, so we got the ball rolling, but left Kale in the spotlight.
I loosened up after answering the first few and really started to get into it. By the end, I almost forgot he was still there. I guess I must have been really focused.
Looks like your hard work is paying off. You did put in the effort, you know?
Yeah, and it's also thanks to everyone else's help too.
And you hadn't forgotten to eat too, have you?
That's right. I was just so busy today. I, haven't had much to eat since this morning.
Golly.
I'm gonna go eat now. I still have to go be his teaching assistant later.
Okay.
See you next time. Maybe next time I'm up there on the podium, it'll be for an official lecture, not just tutoring.
Damn it. I do inherently recall one of the reasons why I stopped talking so much. Because if I voiced every thought that, like, crossed my mind about any given thing, you wouldn't... We would be here all day. Which I do suppose just... Which I do suppose, your outlook on would entirely depend on how much you can tolerate my yapping. Here, let's go back to this magical mountain. Only been here for half an hour this time. Also, I was out collecting moths. Don't mind the slight more exploration that I ended up with. So, like, okay, so our our dear coven, our dear beloved coven that whose POV we're essentially following. Like,
Take it
in these
easy.
first few chapters, like before our darling, not using the current area. Okay. Like, before he gets, cursed for a few hundred years. Like, before he gets cursed for a few hundred years. Nice. If you can check maybe it's okay. I should scrap it next year teacher.
Busted.
Solidify!
A bitter pill to swallow.
I will have order.
Sorry, mine. I tend to be very focused on whatever I'm doing at the moment. Whatever I'm doing at the moment has most of my attention.
The doctor was seeing.
Taking a turn for the better.
Things are about to get dicey.
So, our coven, our dear coven that who's POV we're basically following, is just like, okay, we need to do something about this. Like,
Take it easy.
full on, full on.
A bitter pill to swallow.
The whole why are the rules made this way? Or they're just made to benefit the few, not the many. And that there are very much
Mindless
those
side effects.
get caught up and like left between the margins that tend to then suffer, you know?
The doctor was seeing.
I didn't get any drops.
Easy money.
Huh. Very cool. Yes. In case it wasn't clear, I did do some wandering. I didn't interact with any of it whatsoever. I just wandered off into the distance. If you are very careful about things, like I didn't have to take this at all. Literally, just from up there, I was able to glide to over there. And then this is just reversible with the Wanderer. Like, I was able to go from there to up there with Wanderer. And then I just collected some moths because I was very impatient. Alright, who have we got to save? Well, if it is in our great master of anti-self-termination, Joseph. So, why are you here, cursing all who live? Oh, cut it out. Nobody dies in the Temple of Space. Now, strange. Did you try testing that rule, Sir Anti-Self-Termination? Keep talking and a new batch of guards will be on its way. Alright. Special times call for special treatment. I won't make fun of you. Zorwing Zetland, this is Joseph. Jophis. He's a friend of mine. No need to be so sentimental. Everyone here is everyone else's friend. If you can't come to love or be loved by everyone over such long periods of time, you drown the world in sorrow. Come, let us set our course for the heart of the world, a realm not reserved for the old or the dead, for the rich or for poor. I've quoted that poem before. I'm curious of what they're talking about.
Treasure. One way to draw your target out of hiding.
Alright. Cube. A memory cube. There you go. Also remember that this, whatever the hell that is, training area, I think it said it was, is also a... Jesus. Yeah. I don't know why. I thought we would be tilting the bridge. Yeah, I'm sure. Anyway, so this is. There was something that was said.
Mind
I've
the side
completely
effects.
forgotten whatever the hell it
Remember,
was.
health comes first.
Look alive! Here comes the catch.
I might have. Anywho, so our vampire heaven is just like they're just social, very social. People, humans are social creatures. Becoming a vampire makes them no less.
The doctor was seeing.
So vampires are very social. Yes. Might be strong against water, but that doesn't mean you're strong against anything else. Fingers. Lovely.
I call dibs.
I got a bench. Oh. And Mike. Like, I guess not. I feel like I should be able to do something with the box. Okay, anywho. Ah.
Well, how about that?
Anywho, it's all this is pretty easy to get around. Here, I'm just mucking about like I tend to be.
Well, how about that?
Neato Dorito. And this is normally where you get the teleport marker, but hey, easy come, easy go. Anywho, so our vampire coven very much like socializing, interacting with other various vampire covens. Like some are more social than others. They meet like all they meet all kinds of other like supernaturals in their times exploring. Like one of them makes friends with like an angel and a demon. Cute jokes about having an angel and demon on your shoulder. Another precious fool.
Mind the side effects.
Not the one you're expecting.
Taking a
Gives her
turn for
name
the
away
better.
to a fairy. Like proper fae prince and all that. It's just like full on the fae's favorite human turned vampire. And it can get away with like just so much more than like anyone else would be able to. Like like when it comes to like requesting favors and whatnot. like they like especially like in the chapter that comes like after that, like one of them fully acknowledges
A bitter pill to swallow.
with the curse that their adoptive sire ends up under. Or maybe they know that
Remember,
they are
health
able
comes
to
first.
pretty much figure out the components of the spell and whatnot, because they're of course naturally trying to figure out a way to reverse it. And so,
Let's get it on!
I'm just tippy tapping on the keyboard.
Mind the side
I'm
effects.
okay. I picked the most
Quietly now.
okay. in case you're wondering why my keyboard is the most clicky-clacky thing you have ever heard,
Stabilize.
I like it like that. Like, I like the... You just died. I said I like my keyboard being the most clicky-clacky bastard of a keyboard ever that you've ever heard. And I do like my keyboard to be the most clicky-clacky bastard of a keyboard you've ever heard. It's a feature, not a bug. I wholly acknowledge that, but for my own sensory aspirations, I like the clicky clacky of the keyboard. I can hear it too, yes. I just like it. I like the clicky clackiness of the keyboard. It's safer here. I don't know why, but the suppression type guards can't get in. Organization type keepers usually don't harm people either, unless you try to steal relics, that is. Zetlin, you've been gripping that suitcase this whole time. Your knuckles are all pale. It's safe here, just put it down for now, okay? Well, unless you got stolen relics in the suitcase, but that can't be right. Mm-hmm. Still, I'm sure it's gotta be full of valuable items. Not really. Just some things I needed to say goodbye to before leaving. Huh? It's nothing. You and your sister have vastly different personalities. What did you say? Ah, I mean, have you met my sister? Did she come here before? So the Hilda you mentioned before really is... Easy now, young Zetlin. This place is safe. We can take our time talking about your sister. Shameless fellow. Hilda called you Grandpa. I couldn't tell you how many years ago I was born. Still, I've heard you all speak of an age long past when the gods waged war across the land. In my time, there were no gods living in our lands at all. Have you ever seen an angel? That makes you a great grandpa. Grandpa Stora. Nay, once you get here, all are caught within stagnant time-space. Saints and commoners, wise and foolish, young and old, there is no difference. That's to say, don't call me Grandpa. Then let's call each other whatever we want. I'll call you Grandpa Stora. You can call me Young Hilda. She was a good lass, but for some reason she always looked a little gloomy. Indeed. Yeah? Hey, stop getting sentimental. Zilda's suitcase has been stolen. Give it back. Got away. Got away. It's going to be a difficult chase. What do we do? Ah, yes. One wears pants, one wears dresses. Don't let this get you down, Zillind. I have a theory. Zorwing, come with me. Sure. Blue Space Memory Core. Offer memory fragments. Oh, this is where we offer memory fragments. Exploring the temple space, you'll sometimes find memory clusters. So for collecting memory factors, offer them to the memory core. Oh my gosh, Jacob's the worst. We got a specific. Good. We got a compass specific here. Enable quick stop. Cool. Alright. 2 of these. And our rewards are 1 of these. Lovely. Only goes up to level 10, so not too bad. Means there's some, but not a lot. From a distance, this kind of looks like eyes. Like, eye here, eye there, and then, like, 2 little antennae, and it's just, like, going wee off in some direction or other. So, unlocks the compass, upgrades the compass, and then level 10 up. Exploration progress reaches 90%. Oh, it's just exploration what? Like, I mean, I guess we'd be getting memory factors, but why is it saying memory factors?
And the world around us all follow a set of laws. But if you never test the limits, how can anyone know where the boundaries of these laws are?
Up? The fuck? What? Anyway, so our so continuing story time.
Bitter pill to swallow. Taking a turn for the better.
Our dear fledglings, which honestly by this point are barely counted as fledglings, like they're proper grown vampires in their own right. They're like wandering around making friends. It's interesting to find out like who from like the various canons are dead.
Mind the side effects.
Like just because
So all that running around was for this?
Shang Shang, behave.
I say, try not to sound too disappointed. I mean, it's not like I didn't mean to go this way, but also like I had about half of a thought of what's this? I acknowledge that the way to go is the opposite way that we're going now. I would do this again. The space is sometimes find paintings. Close to a painting is actually the brighter the light emitted. It's gonna retrieve and repaint the artwork.
Solidify.
A bitter pill to swallow. Seems like an emergency.
So like,
Here comes the catch.
like I said, our fledglings are like very
Look alive!
just worldly, but also our dear vampire, whose POV we're mostly following, well, to this point we're following,
Mind the side effects.
is very much trying to keep any of his enemies from finding them. From finding them to knowing, basically does not, under any circumstance, want his enemies to know how important his fledglings are. Because they are very important. And it's just so freaking sweet. Yes, yes, Paimon. There's a painting on the table. Huh? Oh. Huh. I'd be okay. So
Take it easy.
yeah. So it's kind of like the story is basically at a time of yes, things are good, but also they're only good because they haven't gone horribly wrong yet. Like full on just we love our coven. We love our coven. We love our elder vampire, who is barely older than any of the adopted fledglings that he has. And and it proceeded to disappear immediately afterwards. And just very, it's a delightful read. You should read it. Good luck finding it. Good luck finding it a whole
Well,
bunch of
how about
nonsense, I'm
that?
telling you. Lovely. Anyway, is there a teleport marker? There is a teleport marker over there. Nope. Jesus Christ. Interesting. What? I'll switch to Zhongli just so there's no doubt. What? Why did... Huh. Huh. Sorry, I love... There's a rip in the sky. I love just... locations that are... uneasy. Sure, because that's what I wanted to happen.
Rise!
A very interesting area. That is so fascinating and so bizarre. It was so bizarre. Let's go back. Damn it. Oh, can I just... Yes, I can. Bunch, but not enough. Thank you. So, the dear coven, the delightful coven that we are... he just kind of let it go. Has ceased.
Taking a turn for the better.
Like, anywho, aside from
Take it easy.
Mind the side effects. A bitter pill to swallow.
Let's get it on! Quietly now.
so weird.
The doctor will see you.
Busted.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Look
Sorry, brain is just focused in on the game. And there it is. There it is. Oh, thank goodness. Looks like we've only recovered a small part of Linda's stuff, though. I suspect your suitcase and everything inside it has been classified as relics of this age. The rest will likely be dispersed and placed in other areas. Don't worry, Zitlin. We'll find them together. Thank you all. Then, should I tell you about themed areas? Okay, then tell us. I'm listening. Besides people like us, some landscapes, relics, and even ecosystems are also uplifted to this place. The temple was originally meant to preserve them as segments of human culture, though some gradually developed their own functions. Take, for example, the Lang Academy from ancient Lingwei has now become an area devoted to art and painting. There's Venby, a place that no longer exists. Oh, that was hilarious. Oh god, I was like, that's a very interesting abstract concept. Oh. There shouldn't be a laborer who once hauled stone for the Melusine of King Deseret. Under orders, he rebuilt the desert-style complex called the Desert Pavilion. That's my personal favorite, the Mahiva Khan Chamber. Besides ancient text, it also contains new novels written by some of the uplifted. Books deserving to be remembered. But since the purpose of the Temple of Space is preservation rather than evolution, they were also the first to face punishment. So if you get to those two places, you can find things that Lynn lost, right? You could also free those areas and rescue others, if it's not too much trouble, of course. A holy store, it's gonna run you extra. I wouldn't put it like that. We should go help everyone and find my things along the way. Your personal effects are of utmost importance here, Lind. You are, after all, someone who lives in the present. This place is but an anthology of the past. It has no future, whereas you still have yours. That makes your needs the most important. Do you understand? In the end, a living person may amount to nothing more than a name on a gravestone. And so, a name carries countless memories as well as the stories and strengths passed on through them. Young Zitlin. Let us return and rest for now. I suspect you still have many questions.
A chest full of valuables and a trove of potential clues.
Segment dormant control module. Interesting. Select all three. Did I like retroactively get the one at Ling Academy? Up. Up, up, up. Up, up. Up, up, up. Up, up, up. Oh.
Ridiculous.
Like, I see that.
Crumble!
I acknowledge that. I also, like, no. Good. Hell. Okay.
Solidify!
Sure. Does not stop fall damage. Anywho, so pretty much I'm just gonna be here as long as it takes for me to finish this story because I want to finish it already because the next update's coming soon. I have no idea. It'll be here in like 2 or 3 days. It's been a while since I read the last chapter. One's over there. One's over there. One is right there. Okay, so I did not retroactively get a pudding. Okay. Neat, that's fine. Peachy King, even. Neat. So our dear vampires are like for the most part, like it's just the fledglings that are out like connecting with other covens. Our main vampire is basically building up like the neighboring town. And by building up the neighboring town, I mean there is now a town that neighbors the castle. And it talks about how like for a while when like everyone in the town was like a part of their was a part of like their from their original town when they were human and whatnot. They like interesting. Is this a collectible? It is not. How disappointing. Now I went too high. Okay. Very interesting place. Anyway. Paradise, a day, the grand temple inscribed with ages. Interesting. Jeez. Okay. Such a pretty place. Beautiful, even. I love that those mountains are book-shaped. Like, they're mountains, but they're books, you know? Where is... It's like in this, but it's down. Can it be reached from the inside? So, well, it's like, it is very cool. Oh. Am I understanding things? Maybe, maybe not. I can breathe easy here. Oh dear, shame. Something. Can't do it right now. I'm gonna climb on the inside.
Quake! Crumble!
Okay. Anyway, so all of our... Like, they're naturally connecting with other covens because they're just very social people. Not only connecting with other covens, but like I said, various other supernaturals. Fae, he said one of them gets his name, like, stolen by a Fae prince. Well, I'm like, there's a whole, like... To be fair, that's like one of the one of the bigger ships. I personally am all for the ship. It's a delightful ship. It's up there. How do I get up there? Oh, it's not as blocked off as I thought it was.
Boats are made for
Quake!
Mr. Zhongli. Let my focus, please. Yeah. Like, I'm like, there's a full-on, like, there, to be fair, there's like this one comic that is a romance between these two characters that I've been like dying to read, but just never got around to it. Like, literally, the only reason that I haven't read it yet is just, is that I like have it connected on my computer and I tend, when I'm reading, I tend to read on my phone. So it's just full on like, I forget. And it's like whenever I remember it, I'm like on my computer. How are you supposed to get up here? Like, normally. Up still. All of these are sparkling. Can I get up there?
Right.
Yep. Anywho, I love stories that are very heavily, like, mythology coded. Like, where there's, like... Oh, was not expecting you to start walking. Okay. Anyway, so our vampires are just out and about, and like while they're out and about, they notice like they have a very much you can't save everyone moment, where it's just like, okay, yeah, it's really sad that a lot of young vampires seem to have a terrible like it is sad and heartbreaking and whatnot that a lot of young vampires seem to have like a terrible introduction to vampirism. Like one of the fledglings pretty much unquestionably ends up killing their like sire because I will kindly describe them as a bastard. Like full on just ah yes, they're just like, yep, I'm killing him, and everyone's just like, ah yes, good for you. And everyone is also whenever acknowledging his existence again. Sort of thing. How are you supposed to get up there normally? Alright, this is literally just how my brain works. I just see something and I just go to it. It does not matter how what the abstract line is that I'm walking. I get a destination. I get a destination and it is not mine. Here. So the in temple space, keepers are transporting yada yada. Needle.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Let's get it on!
Crumble.
Mind the side effects.
Oh. I'm terrible with words. I would love to be better with words, but I am just not.
The life of an adventurer certainly isn't easy.
Interesting. Interesting. Oh. Oh. Okay, so I got to get all three of these, and it's like the other little domain things. Interesting. I'm just gonna clean up this area. We'll do the actual questing in the next part. Anywho, so basically they decide to create like this rules for vampirism. Like, they're like, okay, pretty much anyone just does whatever the hell they want. So as long as the Council of the Old Fricks doesn't hate what you're doing, or disapprove of what you're doing, you can pretty much do whatever the hell you want. And their response to that is, okay, yeah, but also, what if there were like at least a few rules of saying like, hey, don't just like randomly turn people unless you're actually going to take care of them and things like that. So it's just like, okay, maybe there should be some rules. And like, but also like there's sort of this, from where the hell, they're also this like no-name coven that basically nobody knows, or at best only knows the scariest member, which is our dear main character, our yet to be elder vampire.
Mind the side effects.
And like, pretty much, it's like 100% understood that if he does do anything, it's going to be taken as a sign of war. Like, cool, you just get to exist in the background. Like, be your best background character. And they won't have, like, he's basically, like, essentially encouraged to be your best background character that he can be. And then he gets to continue existing. And his thing, for the most part, is, you know, like, his thing is just like, I wouldn't have a problem with them if it weren't for the fact that I goddamn cared.
Remember,
like, the poor guy's, like, entire everything would be so much easier if you just did not care. If you did not give a damn. Like, dude, all of your problems would be solved if you just stopped caring about people around you. It would be so much easier. You could do whatever the hell you want. You have the strength power to basically unstoppable. Like,
mind the side effects.
like, I'm over-exaggerating a little bit, but, like, also not. Because, like,
a bitter pill to swallow.
Like, the fact that our dear MC was a fledgling when, like, everything went to hell and back, like, is a very sore point of is a very upset thing. Like, one of the things, like, part of the code of conduct that, like, mind you, our vampire doesn't create it alone. Like, also consulting with friends and talking and like talking with his fledglings, basically getting their input for essentially everything, and just like, well, what should be the rules of vampirism and whatnot. And things like, don't turn people if you're not planning on looking out for them, is like one of them. With like one of the rules so blatantly being just, and like, honestly, this is like full on being just like, yeah, interesting. Oh, I can't walk into that. Okay. Okay, apparently I'm helping these little bastards. Oh, for sake. same thing.
Mind the side effects.
The doctor will see.
Okay, so I want your cube back. How do I actually get it? It's one of these things, isn't it? And keepers will probably temples in their store. All of the cubes that have been moved from the original location, they will spot you while they are transferring the cube. They will snatch the cube and return it to its original position. Okay, so move behind the keepers to shut them down. Okay. Okay. And he's like, I can get my cube back. That's not exactly where it was, but sure. Alright, what's your dealio? Anyway, so basically reaching out to other yes, you're very upsetty spaghetti. There's
Busted.
Mind the side.
The doctor will see.
Seems like an emergency.
they create like this code of conduct for how vampires and they're like, okay, we're gonna be diplomatic about this. We're gonna like request a meeting like during one of the check-ins. We're gonna be like, we're gonna request a meeting with this super important vampire council, make them feel important and all that. Show them that we're like part of the community and all that. We technically are, but just like kind of hated. Like they're not hated. They're just like they're a bunch of weirdos. Which yeah.
Solidify.
I don't necessarily disagree at all. It's just kind of funny. Wait.
I could make a tidy sum selling some of this.
Anywho, so like how do I get back? Oh.
Easy money.
Lovely. Also interesting. One for water, one for the blood beast, one for the whatever the hell the little small ones are. I do find it funny that the one up here just like looks like, but it's too high. I might fall. Poor little thing. Anyway, so they eventually reach out to like the old coven, and they're just like, okay, yeah, we would like to propose some rules for vampirism. And they're just and our main character pretty much describes like the response
I called it.
of the council being like, our main character, our dear author describes like the council being essentially like, aw, look at you. You think you can give us suggestions even though we've been existing for centuries longer than you have. Even and like they're just fully like dismissed in like the most patronizing way possible. Like full on just barely not insulting them straight to their face kind of insults. Like, just full like, they're just like, okay, we'll consider it. Like, but like in that tone of voice where it's like, you know they're not going to consider it. Where it's like, you know, like when someone says, okay, I'll think about it. And it's just like, you know that they're not going to think about it. And it's just like, you're just like, well, I am not sure what I expected. Right, yeah, no, listen. And they're just like, yeah, no, they're not gonna listen to us. But they also, our dear, like, interesting. Our dear, like, older vampire just, like, recognizes that that their idea is a good one. And also that the older vampire coven will just pawn the idea off as their own. Like, and so, like, to full on, like, get ahead of the game. And honestly, like, I say the audacity, but, like, I say the audacity in, like, the best way. Like, in the best way possible. Like, the audacity of this coven to then decide to be so out and about and just, like, essentially like, to make this new code of conduct for how vampires should live instead of just whoever happens to be the strongest. I'll acknowledge that he requires my help. I am ignoring them. Can't do it from this side, of course I can't. And so basically, they're just going out and about doing various just sharing the information that they've about their code of conduct, their fancy little code of conduct that they've decided to do, and they're just like essentially showing it. Oh, hey, Omni. Oh no. Gee. Yes, I see. See, I saw, I didn't care. I know it, but what you don't realize is that I don't want to do this right now, and I was going to unlock the teleport markers. Yeah, hell. Anyway, so hey, buddy. Oh yeah, he's on this one site. Anyway, so like, full on, new code of conduct decided. I just realized one has light wings, one has dark wings, so they are the representations of whatever the hell these question marks are. I've already forgotten these. Anyway, so they start spreading like the whole code of conduct thing, and like
this is not minding the side effects.
And like our old coven is very unhappy about this. Like, meanwhile, I'm just like, huh. Like, I'm thinking in the background, I wonder when our MC gets cursed into like his eternal sleep and whatnot. And the answer is pretty soon, because like naturally, they hire a witch to kill him. like full on, full on
Take it easy.
going to like.
Treasure. One way to draw your target out of hiding.
And like, one of the things I love, is just like how, like, the author is like interweaving the original media with like their story. So like little hints and things that are talked about or like more or like get the chance to be expanded upon. Dude's just walking around. What else we got him? There is. Where's the cube? Anyway, so they're sharing their code of conduct, and they've done it in like such a way that if they're just attacked, it'll like if this old council like decides to attack them and whatnot, it'll very much seem like out of nowhere from essentially everyone that ever it'll seem very out of it'll seem like an unprovoked attack, which for all that they love their power, they want to be on the right side, whatever the right side is, by whatever the hell standards they have. Like, they want to be the ones in the right. Very technically correct. Like, very r/. Like, like we don't like them. We don't like the old coven. Like, well, I like them in the very abstract sense of they're old and dangerous and powerful, and who knows what dangerous lives they have lived. I can climb these? Interesting. Not my goal of today. So... I had to hazard a guess. I'd say that those teleports are inside the cube. Inside that cube. I have no interest in going there. What is here? A time trial. What is this? Collect 40 animal particles. Anyway, so full on. So they basically are like, okay, we'll just make it seem like this whole basically they want to make it seem like yes, he just got on the wrong side of someone, not necessarily them. Anybody could have. Who knows what he did to piss off the witch, and that caused them to kill him. Treasure. Yes. This is very cool. It's very trippy as well.
I could make a tidy sum.
How many do they have? They're 42. Cool, that's enough. Anyway, so they hire a witch, essentially, to kill him. Because they're just like, well, we're not going to get our hands dirty. But also, that's a very powerful vampire. So he needs the power. So they use a powerful witch. And the witch just so happens to be friends with, or so happens to be, the witch ends up making friends, naturally, to get close to our dear vampire that we care for, so that they can get close enough to kill him. And they end up making very good friends with them. Like, they connect quite well. And like, when the witch, like, full on sets the curse to, you know, to put them into an eternal sleep instead of outright kill them, because they're just like, well, this one's my friend and I don't want that one to die, but also they'll try to stop me from killing their sire and I don't want that. Very, which I mean, that's certainly an option. Okay. Are these statues not climbable? They're not climbable. No. Where's a good lookout? Honestly, I don't think there is a good. It's like the best lookout place is just from somewhere up there. Alas, we cannot really easily get somewhere up there. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not gonna die. Anyway, so like so the witch basically curses them to sleep, and it's just like, yes, if you've killed 1,001 people, because it's like an old fae spell that got rewritten, that got not quite rewritten, but modernized, set to use by others. Basically, humans are like, you know, that is a good spell, because fae will have a grudge that fae might have a grudge that lasts forever, but like, they're difficult to kill, and as explained by the fairy, the one fairy that they know, are very it's just full on. Like, it's just full on. How can I describe it? It's why it's a curse of like eternal sleep, or like, but can be broken upon like some arbitrary requirements. And so they're trying to like satisfy the arbitrary requirements without actually getting their sire killed, because they very much do not want them dead, because they're family and all that. It's like they might not be a traditional coven, but they care for one another and all that. Anyway, so it's very much like they've been vampires for like 500 years or so, give or take. And like, the witch is just like, okay, surely they've killed 1,001 humans. Like, they kill a human a day, that'll add up really fast. Only their sire has killed over 1,000 humans. None of the rest do, and the witch is genuinely surprised. And they're just like, you're all murderous monsters. And the friend that they made is just like, wow. And they're just like, well, not you, I know you. Like, the full-on, yes, the full-on casual racism of they're like that. Honestly, I just have to liken it to Zootopia. Freaking Zootopia of everything. In the first Zootopia, when Judy Hopps is just like, not, where it's just like, oh my gosh, when there's a whole thing with the predators like going wild, and Judy Hopps is just like, but you're different, Azelith, and Wilds is just like, am I? Me in particular? How's that? Yeah.
Right.
Well, like, what about me? And they just have a moment of, yeah. What about him in particular? Huh? And just really, and there's sort of like a moment like that with the witch and like her vampire friend, and like they end up restraining her because like, well, they don't want to kill her, because how else would they figure out the spell? And like, they eventually do, because of of the one of a different vampire's fairy friend. And like, they're just all so panicked, and they eventually like pry the truth out of her, not willingly, full on with a spell of truth, like a truth spell that just like
Where do you want to go
not
next?
compels her to tell the truth,
If you'd
but like
like to
makes
see Liyue's tourist spots,
like makes it
I
painful to
have a
resist
few
telling the truth.
references.
So essentially, they get out of it that, of course, the super old coven is the one that put the hit out on the coven leader, and was just basically like, you know what, just kill them all if you can. But the witch made a genuine friendship with one of them and decided, you know, instead of just trying to kill them, I'm going to put them all to sleep, and then I'll just kill the bad ones. And then only the elder fell asleep, and they're just like, wait, what? You're not all monsters? And they're just having like a bit of a crisis. And like her friend, the witch's friend of the coven, is just like full on betrayed. Like, how could you do this? And they're just like, okay, we've been able to keep like because they've kept like a tight lid on who knows like where their coven like goes to home to roost, essentially, because they're always just like out and about and traveling, but they always make sure that they are never followed home. Like, they are so careful about that. Only friends, only real, like, not even like, oh, you've had them friends for a few years. Like, they've been friends for decades, if not centuries. Like, before they're like invited back to the castle, before they're invited home to meet
We
family.
mercs have one simple rule.
Not right now. And it's just, so when this witch like betrays that trust, like, it's full on just, oh, you did, so what? You did this to just like.
When on the road, one should take ample time to pause and appreciate the wondrous scenery along the way.
You're about to collapse, aren't you?
Lift control H. Oh. And so, honestly. Yeah, so just there. I'm trying to get like through. Mind you, it's part of the reason why this is such a struggle is because it's been like two and a half, it's been almost 3 weeks since this chapter has been updated. So I'm just very struggling. I'm on the struggle bus of what the hell happened in the story. Anyway, so honestly, anyway. This place is beautiful. Sorry. Like, the last time I really stopped to admire a place, like, and just admire its beauty was, like, Dragonspine Mountain. It was gorgeous. I freaking love Dragonspine. I miss Dragonspine. I say I miss Dragonspine, but also I do just randomly show up on Dragonspine Mountain just to look at it. Anyway, so basically the fledglings, I mean, they're quote unquote fledglings, but like they've been vampires for like 500 plus years. They're fully grown vampires at this point. They've been fully grown vampires for a while. They're just like, okay, so we're not taking this slight at all. And they're just like, we're going to retaliate. The question is, what exactly are they going to do about it? I'm not gonna, well, no. They pick apart this council's network. Like, they do a proper, like, tearing it apart. Like, full on, you don't know, like, full on, like, you don't understand what you took from me, but you will. And they're just like, we're we're tearing not they're how can I, it's a very simple sentence. They plan on killing the old council. They're just like, okay, if you're going to like as far as the old council is concerned, like by the time the attacks start, they have successfully killed the old vampire. And they're just like, we're going to make sure that that they pay for this because they also understand that if they don't, because they're very much a might makes right and like leading by power, and you can do whatever the hell you want if you have enough power to get away with it, kind of thing, that if they don't retaliate, they could they could continue to be attacked, and any of their friends could be attacked for whatever reason. Literally, just for whatever the hell reason that this old council makes up. And so they're just like, oh, oh.
The doctor will see you now.
And so they're just like, okay, we gotta get rid of them. And like, there is some hesitance, but like one of them is just like, I'm doing this whether you're with me or not. And they're just like, and they're just like, mind you, they're not like picking a fight, just like what, the 5-6 of them? They're not picking a fight with just them. They're like bringing all of the vampires. Like, they're like, I'm pretty sure all of our friends would be willing to, if not for respect that their sire has gained, because while considered very dangerous, as I do recall in one of the stories while I was talking about this, like there was begrudging respect, like of the warrior that this character that this character not was but is, like full. Oh, camera. There we go. Like, yes, some will be happy that he's gone, but for the most part, that won't be everyone. And they're counting on that. And they're also counting on, at the very least, even the ones that perhaps might be content with the death of their sire, would be full of discontent with the elders. And so they start up a war, and well, something or other happens. Honestly, it's it's a good story. I'm not even beating around the bush here. You know it, I know it. If you understand how stories go, of course they win. There is the question of who's going to die. And of that, I'm not going to tell you. Because you really think that this little coven of like 5 or 6 or 7 maybe is going to be able to defeat the most powerful vampire that just ever was, unscathed. Oh, it's tragic. This is a tragedy, don't you know? This story is one to break the hearts. So they're just like full on. So they start a war. They win the war. Of course, some die. Some of you may die. That's a sacrifice to me. No, that is not a sacrifice they're really willing to make, but it's certainly part of the risks. Anywho, the last bit is like a bit of setup for, because like, mind you, our MC has officially been put in that eternal-esque sleep. The sleep that's supposed to last forever in a day, essentially, because it was a fairy spell that humans somehow got their hands on, and humans and witches got their hands on. naturally. And so they're like, ah, yes, it'll last forever and a day, but of course, there's actually requirements for how to release the spell. There's also, as our dear friends vampires discover, the spell was just placed on all of them in general. Kill 1,001 humans. There is no time limit for this. So whenever they get to that 1,001 humans, however they die, well, that's just closer to the spell working on them. And pretty much they're all just like, they very much understand that if they're out and about and they, even it doesn't matter in self-defense because it doesn't matter why they kill him, it's just that they do.
Crumble!
So very much it's their entire existence is very much of concern because again, if they kill, like if they get in a fight with some humans and they end up excuse me, and they end up killing like just enough to put them over that threshold, that 1,001 human, because it's not like they can exactly keep track. Like it's not like they can exactly keep track, but they certainly try. Like they can in general keep track of how many humans they've killed, not by literally counting, but by magic, because one of them is a witch. One of them was like a witch in their like human life, and it's just like their magic didn't all go away when they became a vampire. Only my holy magic went away, which is the whole thing. Anyway, oh, what I was saying earlier about how I love how the story incorporates like things from the show is that like one of the thing, like in the canon, like the old vampires just like, ah yes, they put me to sleep because that's the best they could do, and they're just like, okay, so they're unkillable, and how they like, they are unkillable. They very much are unkillable. They don't want any of their enemies to know this. And you might think, oh, but why? Well, simple. Because if their enemies can't kill them, well, there's a coven around them that their enemy certainly can. Better to keep their enemy's eyes on the one who's the least in danger.
Boats are made for transferring commodity.
Mm-hmm. So, like, Eternal Twilight here is beautiful. Like, there's the stars, there's the sun. Is the sun real? I don't know. It kind of looks like an eye. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Yeah, so they fight the fight, they win the war. They do their best to survive. Excuse me. I've been talking for quite a while. And they decide eventually. What is digging? Oh, that. Anyway. So they decide, time travel, lovely. Anyway, so they're very much all just, they're like in survival mode, but at the same time, they're just like, what do we do? Well, screw you two. Anyway, so while they're doing that, this is taking forever. Oh boy. Okay, I really have no time for this. I have to be up early, I want you to know. When I say I have no time for this, that is less.
Treasure. One way to draw your target out of hiding.
Oh, it's the next day. I 7 hours. That's 7 hours. Lovely. Anywho, is this when you hit the rings. It's not a very difficult thing to do. Anywho, so like the fic ends with with the youngest of all of them, amusingly enough, being the first to turn someone. Like, the entire time, like, they were full on just, like, content with their found family and really this is beautiful. This place is beautiful. And they were, like, just really in no rush whatsoever to, like, turn anybody. Like, they have forever. As long as they're smart about it, they have forever. And so they're just like, yeah. No rush. And so they offer to turn someone. It's a hilariously awkward thing. Like, mind you, the person is dying, like, when they're offering. So in like one sense, it's sad.
Treasure. One way to draw your target out of hiding.
In another sense, yes, black wing, white wing, also on opposite sides. Anyway, so, and the person they turn, I'm reminded that this story is inherently a tragedy and a sad thing. Oh, speaking of pretty things, the characters. Look at this background, it's beautiful. Like, just look at that. Like, yes, the characters, but the background. Like, oh my god. This place just 1,000 times over is just so goddamn beautiful. And just full on
Crumble!
okay, back to the story, so I can hurry up and go to bed. 'Cause I have to get up early tomorrow. I have 11. I find it here. I know I wandered around a bit over there. So And like I was saying, very much reminded. I was very much reminded that this story, in so many ways, is a tragedy. With the character that gets turned. Like, not only are they, like, dying, like, as they're getting turned. So it's basically like, cool, you get to become a vampire, or you die. Yeah. It's just like, they're just like, I don't want to die. Poor thing. Anyway, but like I said, while yes, it is sad, and the character's future that they will eventually experience is, it goes so bad. It goes so bad. It's a whole thing. And they're, cause like I'm very concerned because like the way to awaken them, while dangerous, is very doable. So very much makes me concerned when like the sleep is like the time that they spent asleep is like 600 years, give or take. Give or take a few decades or centuries or whatever. So it's just like, why don't they get woken up sooner? And so it's just like, are they all at risk of like falling into eternal? Because they're all at risk of like falling into an eternal sleep themselves. So it's just like, so there's just this balance. And it's just like full on, well, what can you do, essentially? I wish you could like disconnect the camera from, because I want to take a screenshot of like right in front of them, and of course, oh Jesus Christ, that was not the button I wanted to press. I'm so lucky. I don't think. Hold on. Yeah, I can't take a picture of the currency. Anywho, so there's just like, mind you, I'm talking at the second of the 2 chapters that got updated. Like, this place is beautiful. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm distracted twice over. We've been here for nearly 2 hours. Anywho, basically, our vampires are in a very precarious position because if they aren't able to wake them up, even if they are able to wake him up, by doing so could get him killed, and they don't want to do that, and they also don't want to die themselves, and of course, cue fun but stressful. It's a lovely story. Good luck finding it. I need to go to bed. I have to be up in like 7 hours. So, I mean, that's a good amount of sleep. Of course, I'm an insomniac. Being insomniac. I have heard that melatonin tablets exist. I've been meaning to investigate and invest. Because, like, are you kidding? You can just You can if you can't fall asleep yourself, artificial. If you can't make melatonin yourself, artificial, would you? So, because I absolutely love the idea of being able to just fall asleep. And you're just like, oh, try not to.
Osmanthus
I have
wine
laid
tastes
in
the
the
same
dark
as I remember.
for multiple hours. Osmanthus wine tastes. Yes, yes, yes. We've all heard it thousands of times. but like, also, there's this quest, which I have 15 days. 23 hours, so 16 days basically. While I'm very excited to get all of these treasures, I tend to want to do these in like a day. Sometime on receipt later, it never seems to have a commission that only you can handle. Yeah, no, this isn't a problem until like 10 days from now. Literally, I'm gonna ignore that for like the next 10 days. I'm gonna be here. If I can find the time. I mean, I'll find the time. Anywho, I'll catch you darlings next time. I'm scatterbrained as all hell. Don't mind me. Anywho, as always, don't borrow sorrow from tomorrow. Keep in mind. Till next time, darlings. Bye.